Welcome back to the Australian Ultimate Championships for 2021. Ahead of the men's final, I'm joined by Cole Fink, one of the coaches of Ellipsis. Cole, thank you for joining me.
Oh, very happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Now, Cole, this is a big moment for the Ellipsis club in a final.
Yeah, this is the first time Ellipsis Men's has ever made it to the Australian National Championship final, so obviously we're absolutely stoked to be here, and the boys are pumped up and ready to go, and hopefully we can put on a good show for everybody on the streams.
Now, Cole, we saw yesterday afternoon after the semi a lot of emotion out there, some of the boys openly crying on the field. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening inside the team?
Absolutely. Well, firstly, we put a big focus on being good men, good people, and one of those things is about like vulnerability and showing how you truly feel. These boys care about this game and about this sport, and we don't want to hide our emotions for anyone. And so it actually really made me proud and grateful to be a member of this group of boys that when Peely caught the last goal, that break to win the game on Universe, like the tears started flowing, the emotion was flowing, and just great to see them enjoying the moment and then refocusing, ready for today.
Because I did notice that the tears dried up pretty quick, and then the boys, they had that 1,000-yard stare, that steely gaze. It seems like they're so ready for this.
Oh, totally. I mean, a good story has a beginning and a middle and an end, and yesterday was still in the middle, all right? And so today is the final, and hopefully this is the end of a really great story for our club and this group of guys who've put in so much over this, pretty challenging year that we've had. Nobody's really played any Frisbee for a whole year before this, so it's just so good to be back out here and running around and having a good time with our friends both on our team and on the opposition. It's really good.
Let's talk specifically a little bit. Tom Tillett lost his father during the week tragically. What does this mean for him, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Campbell was just an incredible man, and it was a big shock. I mean, he ran a marathon sometime in the last month before his unfortunate passing, and I think, like, the death of anyone is obviously totally tragic, and it reminds us in one way that none of this matters, and in another way that it actually matters more, And so, obviously, Tom's loss is something for him to deal with and process, but I'm just grateful that I can be there for him, and I'm grateful that he has this incredible group of guys around him and this incredible community around him. Like every Spirit Circle, there's been just a bit of solidarity around the guy, and even though he's a bitter enemy on the field, like there's just hearts going out to this dude. And so I think, you wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but I think in some ways the fact that Tom could then come to this place and be surrounded by these people that love him so much is actually kind of perfect, So obviously we want to send him out with a win today, and we will do our absolute best, and whether we do or we don't, we love the guy and we appreciate everything he does for us and for the sport.
All right, I think we'll wrap it up there before I start getting emotional as well. We're going to go back to a quick break, and then we'll be back with Chantel Jones.
Cheers, bro.
That was brilliant.
A quick break that was. I'm back here with Mark Evans, who is a member of the Sunder squad playing on Dice. Do you have a couple of things to tell us about Slice, who are playing in the final now?
Yeah, so Slice is a great team, and we've been really struggling against them all season. The club splits into every season, and we have a great number of scrimmages every Tuesday and Thursday. You're playing sort of nationals quality level, and they have really been bringing the heat the entire time. And so, they're a tough opposition. They have a lot of players that have been there before, a lot of players that haven't, and it'll be really, really interesting to see how they go. But hopefully, or I know that the players and that senior structure of the team will be able to get them through.
Awesome. So you personally have played against them all season. What are you expecting that they might bring out in this game?
They play a really interesting style of Ultimate. For you guys watching that are familiar with the sport, it's something new and is really, I think, somewhat the future of our sport, or at least the way it's played. They'll play a lot of switch and a lot of poach, and it won't really hold to a particular structure, which is really hard to work out for the team or for their opposition. So take note as you watch them of the careful and considered switches, along with that amazing communication that makes it all possible. And think about how you might integrate something like that with your team. It's fun, you really enjoy it. Great heads-up style of defense, and their offense is clinical, running through one of the best players in Australia at the moment, Alex Ladamatos, a great friend of mine and a player that I've watched develop into the leader that he is today, running through a whole number of athletes, and so that's great.
Other than Alex, is there anyone in particular that we think we should keep our eye on out there?
Definitely. It's a roster studded with stars. Obviously, Lado is a sort of kingpin. On the O-line, you got other players like Michael Brenner and Mark Wee really stepping up. Mark McLaren is a huge deep threat, and if you don't respect that, he will burn you. But then it means you're giving him the unders. So you got to take something there, and he's able to generate that with his athleticism. On D, we've got Alex Gann is leading it with Alex Shepard and sort of new up-and-comer to the scene who I expect big things from in Nick Lely. And so he'll be there really backing them up. And if you give them the disc, it's so hard to get it back with those three on the field.
You're a wealth of knowledge, Mark. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to head to a quick break and we'll be back soon.
Hi, I'm Alex Ladamatis. During the day, I work as a delivery manager at a software company, and I'm the captain of Sunder Slice. So Sunder Ultimate is a bit of a unique club. We have one club, but two teams, and we send two teams to national each year, split evenly. We've won 7 times in the history of the club. And then we come together as one team to participate overseas at international tournaments, and we recently came second at the last World Club Championships, which is a really proud moment for our club and hopefully for Australian Frisbee as well. Part of the ethos of the club is to be the hardest working club and team in the country and to set the standard in Australia. Personally, I joined the club in 2013 as a fresh-faced, unathletic rookie, and it was really intimidating and it was really hard, but it was incredible to be around greats of the game. The next few years, as my passion grew and I guess my skills grew, I've been involved as a leader and a captain on one of the teams since 2015. And it's been an incredible ride, and I'm so proud of my teammates and of my club, and so proud to be able to represent it. Recently we changed our name. We used to be called Colony, and we had some feedback in recent years about the spirit, I guess, of that word and what it meant to a lot of people in society. I think it makes good sense, and I love that our club can listen to stakeholders in the game and I guess in society, and then represent the values and the spirit that we want to play Frisbee in, and also that we want it to be an inclusive environment that people want to feel comfortable participating in.
I'm Kyuhei Chu, people call me Chewy. I work as a product support person and I play for Sunder Slice. This is my first year playing for Sunder. I used to play for bench and I used to play against Colony every year, and this year I figured I'd try out and have a go and see what it's like on the other side. I expect that I will play my role and I'll do as much as I can and play as hard as I can in my role. I trust that my team will play as hard as they can in their role as well, and that together as a team we'll succeed because everyone is playing their role.
Hi, I'm Nick Lely. I'm playing for Sunder Slice. I work as the New South Wales Development Officer for New South Wales Ultimate. For this club I joined in 2019, but I guess I've been playing since I was pretty young, and looking up to the older colony guys and the club as kind of a goal to make the club, and it was always the place to be, and a bit intimidating, so it's great to be a part of it now. We're going for number one. I know for me personally, I've never got a Nationals gold, so there's a lot of motivation there for me, and I know everyone else on the team really wants that number one spot.
Yeah, for our team, you can expect intensity, you can expect our teammates to be having fun, our team to be getting around each other, and you can expect high quality gameplay as well.
So it's really exciting to be here at Nationals. It's amazing that we were able to get this tournament off at all, and I'm stoked and feel so privileged to be able to be playing. We want our two teams from our club to play in the final, and we want one of them to win, and that's our goal, and that's what we strive for each year.
And welcome back to the Australian Ultimate Championships for 2021 here in Canberra in the ACT. We have all been waiting for this. This is the final match. The men's final is coming up. Daniel Clinton here with Chantel Jones.
That's me. We do have some results for you for the placings across the whole Opens division. In 9th place, we have Chile, Crank at 8th place, Outbreak at 7th, Juggernaut at 6th, Fishwick at 5, with I-Beam taking 4th and Sunder Dice taking 3rd. We nearly had a Sunder final, except Ellipsis took out Sunder Dice in a universe point game yesterday.
Yeah, we of course saw that last night. I'm personally glad that this is going to be Ellipsis v Sunder. What a storyline this is. You know, the prestige of the Sunder club versus the storyline of the Ellipsis team. This is incredible. I cannot wait for this game. I think this Sunder team is a little bit vulnerable. They lost to Juggernaut, who have since come 6th in the tournament. That game showed some real vulnerabilities, I think, for this Sunder team. I'm interested to see how this plays out today here on the grand final stage.
Yes, Ellipsis women taking on the gold medal for the women's division. It'll be interesting to see if the Ellipsis men can go with that hype and see if they can also take the gold. We could have 2 Ellipsis winners across both divisions.
And wouldn't that be a storyline? We're going to throw to a quick break and then we'll be back with the toss.
What is spirit of the game?
It's knowing the rules and when they apply.
It's avoiding body contact wherever possible.
It's keeping a positive attitude and enjoying the sport.
It's being fair-minded even when the game is on the line.
It's communicating respectfully with your opponent.
Welcome back. We have the toss here, gentlemen. Off you go.
Evens. Lucky. We'll start on offense. We'll do that. We'll start there. Take it easy.
Alex, you've picked offense.
Yeah. We've been picking offense or being chosen to pick offense for most of this tournament, so why change it up now?
How are you feeling about the game?
Pretty confident. It's a pretty simple message to our boys. We've just done the same old all the way through, and it's one last game. It's just another game, just consistency.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to the boys. Good luck for the match. Chantel, over to you.
I'm over here with Tim, captain of Ellipsis. What are your thoughts on the toss?
Yeah, look, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Not a big deal.
And what are your thoughts on the game?
Really, really excited. I guess we've been building for 3 years to get to this point, and now we're here, and maybe we'll be the first club in history to win the men's and the women's final. Who knows?
Maybe. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for your time. We're going to head to a short break, and then we will throw to our commentators, Simon and Laura.
Ultimate is a non-contact team sport, with 7-a-side on the field and played with a flying disc.
The field is 100 metres long, including 18-metre end zones, and is 37 metres wide.
A goal is scored by completing a pass in the end zone.
Ultimate is self-refereed.
Players are responsible for upholding the rules and for resolving fouls and violations themselves.
Each point starts with a pull. Teams line up in opposing end zones, and the defensive team will throw to the offensive team to start play.
After every goal, teams swap ends.
The team that scored starts the next point on defense.
The disc is moved around the field by throwing it to teammates.
Once players have the disc, they set a pivot foot like netball or basketball and can't move from there.
Players have 10 seconds to throw the disc.
This is counted out loud by the closest defender.
An incomplete pass is a turnover, no matter who touched it last.
When a foul or violation call is made, players will discuss whether they agree on what happened.
If they agree, the call is uncontested and the fouled player retains possession.
If they don't agree, the call is contested and play resets to where the last completed pass was.
If a player anticipates a collision with another player, they can call pick to pause the play.
If the pause didn't affect the outcome of a throw, play resumes.
If it did affect the outcome, play resets to the last completed pass.
First to 15 goals wins the game.
If the game clock reaches 100 minutes, time cap is called and the score target is reduced to one more than the current winning score.
For example, if the score at time cap is 12-10, the new target score is 13.
You can't run the clock down. Teams have to score the last goal to win the game.
Welcome back. Day 4 of the Australian Ultimate Championships coming to you live on Kayo Sports. Your weekend Kayo freebies extended into Monday. Thanks to those of you joining us today. We've got the Open Grand Final between Sunder Slice out of Sydney and Ellipsis out of Melbourne. Simon Talbot here with Laura Hutton. Are you excited, Laura?
I am so excited for this gold medal match. Ellipsis's first year was 2019, missed out on the gold medal match, but this year they've made it. Sunder, a long history of their club reaching this level, so we'll see whether they've still got it in them.
Shooting today for their 8th championship. Let's take a look at the Sunder Slice team and the players to watch out for. One of the captains, Alex Ladamatos, number 31, will be calling his name a lot as he likes to camp himself behind the disc along with 36, Paul Denia. Defensively, get a look at number 6, Michael Brenner. When we saw him on the stream the other day, we saw a few good actions from him. Also number 15, Dylan Bennett. Let's take a look at the Ellipsis team.
So for Ellipsis, we'll be looking for number 17, Max Holden, and number 85, Tom Tullett, to be around the disc a lot. Very good hands, very quick movements. For D-line, look at number 44, Daniel Matthews-Hunter. Great defensive player there. And an up-and-comer in number 4, Damon Prendergast.
We saw him get a couple of great plays in the semi-final. Let's hope he can back it up today.
We did, and what a stunning semi-final that was, coming down to Universe Point. Everybody on the edge of their seats.
We could not have asked for a better day, Laura, weather-wise. It's around 16, 17 degrees. No breeze to speak of, nothing that'll affect the throws in this game. A perfect day for it.
A bit of a refresher for the boys here after a few windy days in the lead up to this gold medal match.
We're about to see a fantastic game of Ultimate as we see Sunder Slice gather in for their final words. All other games have wrapped up. All the placings have been decided. The women's presentation ceremony is just wrapped up. So we should have a good crowd here.
Yes. Sunder Slice's other half, Sunder Dice, coming third, snatching the bronze medal here. So we'll see whether the Sunder Slice team can get up over Ellipsis. claim the gold.
Of course, Sunder, a unique club in the context of sport. They bring two teams of equal strength to the national championships and have featured in the final many times. I think it's about 4 or 5 times we've seen a Sunder versus Sunder final. Of course, Ellipsis denied us the privilege of seeing that one again in the semi-final yesterday. The Slice and Dice did play in the crossover games earlier this weekend, and Sunder Dice was the better team there by a single goal. So
It's been close all weekend between these men's teams.
not a lot separating these teams at the top.
The Sunder XY split different. Most teams choose an A-B split, with the B team going to compete at Division 2 Nationals, which happened here in Canberra as well over the weekend.
Of course, the winners there, the Hills Club out of Sydney, won the women's division after several attempts, and the Geelong Mudlarks got their first gold medal in the open division, finally overcoming the Chile Masters squad, who were 4-time champions in this tournament during the 2000s and now just settled for playing Division 2. So congratulations to everyone on those involved with those clubs. But now the siren's gone. Words have been spoken. All that is left is a team to catch 15 goals. Daniel Clinton with us on the sideline as always.
Thanks, Simon. I tried my best to listen in to the Ellipsis huddle. I have no idea. They were so tight to each other there. I don't know what was said.
Message just for them, just for their squad internally.
Here we go,
Here the second whistle go. The game advisors here, Steve Baker and Ruben Burke, who will be helping guide both the players and the viewers through any foul discussions. Tom Tullett there, multi-time Australian representative. One of the linchpins of this Ellipsis team. Puts his hand up, signal readiness. Gets the spin, gets the release, and we're underway. The grand final for 2021 of the Open Division. Dania. Latamatos. Early shot. Oh, doesn't get the backhand out. Loughlin was there just to make him think about it. Gets the quick reset. Latamatos looking deep. Couple of cutters working off to the left of screen there. Dania. High stall count. Latamatos gets free. Tullett matching up on him. Couple of cutters moving away from him now, but he wants someone coming towards him. Breda. Up the line. Way too wide there. I think that was maybe Todd Hills looking for him. He's looked at the disc, looked back and gone, was that to me?
A red chance at offense here for Ellipsis.
Great defensive pressure, just denying any early shots and pinning Slice down the right goal line. Tullett on the high sideline. Halfway from goal, Loughlin. Evans comes out wide, unguarded. Looks to reset. Tullett around behind him. Ely. He's going to walk up the line. Burgess players come towards him instead, and Flavel on the under, got tripped. Tangle of feet there with Jimmy Todd Hill. Players having a bit of a chuckle there at the clear foul. Todd Hill knew that was. No dispute, no contest there. It'll stay with Flavel. About 15 from goal there. Just take a moment just to check everyone's read. I think it's Evans there, just extending the technical stoppage. Double checking the bootlaces. Tullett needs players to clear out of that space for Evans to come under. Ely was under double coverage there in that front corner. Tullett sees Walker, doesn't like it, wants to move laterally now. Ely gives him the bailout in front. 7 down. Loughlin continue to the lateral high side where they've got numbers, but Slice close up that space. Not a quick movement now. Loughlin spot space through the middle. There's Ely. There's the first one.
What great movement that was from Ellipsis there, sideline to sideline, shaking their defenders a little bit, forcing them onto the back foot.
Oh, that was loud. Thanks for that one, Ruben. Yeah. Typically, we saw in the women's final, the lateral movement was a lot of big swing passes, but Ellipsis opting for just lots of little short ones there as we watch a replay. Daniel Clinton.
Yeah, both of these teams really an American influence on their play. See Ellipsis running a bit of Seattle small ball.
Of course, some of these players before, we know that Latamalos spent some time in the US from Sunder Slice, and Tula also spent a couple of years playing in the US from Ellipsis. Chantel.
I've been chatting to some knowledgeable spectators and asking how they think this game will go, and very undecided. Comments that Sunder have the depth, but Ellipsis have the athleticism and the acceleration.
Yeah.
It'd be a really great hit out.
Of course, yeah, I was asked for my prediction and I was very unwilling to commit to one or the other, and I'm going to stay that way, Laura.
I think that's fair with two teams like this.
I just want to see a great contest. I'm a fan of great ultimate. Great to see the two top teams in the country going at it. Toilet. Denya doing his job, fielding the pull. Moving it to Latamatos. Pedals backwards for a couple of another extra metre of field space. Omani. Resets plenty of space on the high side. Denya moves in close. Very high stall count. Gets a quick reset. Brenner. Ely's lost his feet. Sorry, that was McClay who offered that reset before. Latto flings it over the top to shift the whole field. Not much happening ahead of the disc. Weed finally gives an option. A pick called as both the offense and the defense moved across the middle. Both teams tend to play, Sunder Slice tend to play their formation right in front of the disc and move in either close territory on the near side or just really open up the space on the side that Ellipsis are forcing them away from. Denya. Latamatos, great reaction catch there. Fires it up for a big gainer to Jimmy Todd Hill. Instantly looks for the lateral. No one moving away from him. Latamatos well covered there by Tula. Denya. Wants a 45-degree throw. No one's offering it to him. Looks to Todd Hill. Sunder just maintaining possession in this 30 to 25 metre space. Michael Brenner having to reach behind him. Goes to ground. Tullett picks up, pumps the forehand long. It's McGuckin versus Todd Hill. McGuckin wins position. Confidence, you like it. Up he goes for Ellipsis' second goal.
Huge vertical grab there. And another defensive break for Ellipsis.
This is the confident swagger there by McGuckin as he walks in. He had the height advantage, had the position advantage, was not worried about that one at all and just picked his moment and took it at the highest point of his leap. Daniel.
Just watching the Alex Latamatos, Tom Toulette battle. This is probably for the title of King Handler in Australia. Toulette striking early in that.
Look at that, McGuckin had such a clear read on that. Planted his feet, said I'm going to go from here. Todd Hill did well to make a contest of it, but just gave up too much to him. And a great shot there from Toulette from the sideline, shooting back across the field.
And also just picking it up and moving that disc. Seeing that option go and having the skill to put the disc down in the end zone.
So we see a couple of players from Wollongong there finished in 8th spot this weekend for their first national championship visit since 2016. They'll be happy with that one. So we tick over 9 minutes into the game, only 2 goals in. Going to be some long possessions. We're going to see a lot of sort of 20, 30, up to 40 pass possessions from both teams here, just looking for any gaps in the defense. And early on in the game, those gaps aren't going to be there, just as they feel each other out. Andrews. Denya, 3rd point in a row for the Slice offense unit. Haven't yet been able to work out the goal. Shepherd for his first look of the game. Walker getting horizontal. Sutton, one-handed grab. Looking to the high side of the field, and there's plenty of convergence of movement on the left of screen there, and the picks resulted. Andrews there, not wanting to collide as he follows Alex Gann. Gann will probably attack this low side on the restart. Denya's violation called. As Paul Denya moved before even the count had started. Shepherd finds space and another wide throw.
Great defensive pressure there from Ellipsis. Watching number 32, Tom Boyle, check over his shoulder as he came in to mark the man with the disc, looking for that option up the field to make sure he cut off that early pass.
Any immediate movement. Lockman, big wide swing pass to Toolett. Toolett looking in the end zone, but opposite the shot line there, Andrews. Andrews serve back to Toolett. Wants that 45-degree throw. Walker all on his own at the top of the screen there. Lockton's put it very, very low, and there's barely even enough room for Boyle to get fingertips underneath it. And that's the first turn from Ellipsis in the game.
Sunder with another chance here, but they are shooting from their end zone line.
I think Lockton thought that was too good to be true. It was an unguarded throw, an unguarded cut. They had the numbers on the low side. Latamatos. Shepherd. Foul call, I think Andrews just clipped the back of Gann's shoe and knocked his boot off, so he'll take a technical stoppage for a moment just to slide it back in.
You're good.
Andrews obliging there, saying sorry for that, don't want to get the unfair advantage. Shepherd restarts. Inboard to Wee. There's a quick look upfield. Shepherd. They've got numbers on the high side of the field. They'll try and work it over there. Latamatos. Not many options heading away from him. Omani. Lockton got the Latamatos match up now. Sutton. Quick 1-2 bounce to the low side. Shepherd fires inboard to Gann. Gann's got Denya drifting deep. Looks backwards instead. A lot of movement happening off the back of the formation there, you see. At the front, they just kind of hold position and stay there, leaving space for cutters to move. Sutton. Gann. They're advancing now. Floaty pass and Omani able to run it down. They're happy with that one.
As they should be. And I think, as you said, the front of the stack staying stationary there, conserving energy, and then moving towards the back. Chantel from the sideline, what did you see?
Yes, I listened into Sunder's line call where they mentioned that they need to tighten up their defence. You can definitely agree with that because Ellipsis aren't making any mistakes. Sunder can't afford for Ellipsis to make a mistake. They have to force one.
Daniel Clinton on the far side. What are you seeing from that angle?
Yeah, just watching Ellipsis there. Several players having played the first 3 points in a row. Ollie Lofton and Tom Toolett, the two big names in that.
Charlie Burchett made a go of that one defensively. So we've seen the turnovers from Sunder Slice have come on those attacking 45-degree passes. It looks like at this point they really tighten those ones up, and it's a fairly crucial component of their offensive strategy. Sunder have called the timeout. Just getting that first goal on the board, getting the monkey off the back. That's 3 points in a row that the offense unit have played. Of course, both teams, they'll, with nothing to save themselves for after this game, Laura, you'll see a few of the superstar players not head to the bench often.
Yes, taking every opportunity they can to influence the game from the field.
Typically, with teams playing up to 8 or 9 games in a weekend, will bring large squads of 20-plus players, despite only 7 being on the field at any time. Just when the what you call the bottom end players, so the bottom 8 or so, by the time you reach the pointy end, have accepted that they're probably not going to see much field time. So when they do get on the field, they're very hungry and throw everything at it, but you tend to run through your reliable players, your superstars.
And some of these points can drag on for quite a long time, and the speed at which these boys are moving means that they do occasionally need to take a rest. And Daniel Clinton on the sideline.
Yeah, just listening in a little bit to the huddle, Alex Lada-Martos said he's proud of his boys and their ability to grind offensively.
And Chantel Jones on the near sideline.
Ellipsis coach told his players that this sideline wants them to win. He also said he's not sure if it's true, but it'll make him run harder.
Cole Fink, his first season as Ellipsis men's head coach. Alex Shepherd there for Slice with the pulley. Crossed over the offensive unit that last point. Takes the field again for defense. You have Chu, Xavier Black, Alex Gann, Dylan Bennett, Nick Lely, and Amber Hodgson as the 7 defensive players. Boyle with a fumble there. Still deep in their own end zone. Swan straight through the hands of Boyle. That pull and run down, putting some unwanted pressure on. It's a quick turnover. Gann picks it up, restarts quickly. And Hodgson, well, he's done the old sneaky veteran move here. What he did is he worked his way to the front of the end zone, and as the throw went up, kept his back foot planted, lifted his left foot up, he lifted his front foot up, took the catch. So his contact is in the end zone, and that's a goal. That is fantastic field awareness and positioning there from M. Hodgson.
It is ignoring all the calls from the sideline for him to clear out of that space and open it back up to another cutter. He said, no, I know what I'm doing. Let me score this point.
And Boyle looking at his hands going, how did the disc make it through that?
Dangerous territory there, trapped so deep in their own end zone from that pull.
Gann just only had eyes for the one receiver, and look at that, just kept his left foot down. Gann celebrating that straight away. He said, well done, Em. You've played that beautifully, and just like that, it's 2-all. The lead has evaporated in just a couple of plays. They still retain the offensive advantage of those. They still will receive the pull. Slice needing to get another defensive conversion to take the lead. Shepherd. Copland for Ellipsis goes to trap it, but it's evaded him and it's going to roll out of bounds. So he's still got possession, but Slice have been able to set up their defense and prevent any easy yardage. Copland has pumped it across the field. He was searching for Matthews Hunter, but he's put way too much on it. Sends it into the grandstand. And Sunder Slice get a look at a 3rd consecutive goal. Alex Gann to pick up. 20 metres out. Immediate lateral movement to Lely. Goes straight back. Looking to continually attack that high side. He's got Andrews on the mark. Gann just off the mark speed into the lap of Alex Shepherd. And as you like it, 3 goals in a row to hit the lead for the first time today.
2 defensive breaks to answer Ellipsis's early 2 defensive breaks. Daniel Clinton, can you believe it?
No, I can't. Pressure does funny things to the human mind. And Ellipsis, they're looking around. They're a little bit shell-shocked at the moment.
2 just clear throwaways. One from Swan to Boyle, one from Copland to Matthews Hunter. Early in the possession too was I think it was the second pass to the last one. The first pass of this one, it's and turning that close to your own goal line, making it way too easy for the Slice crew.
Maybe getting a little bit overconfident there with those early 2 defensive breaks and maybe a little bit complacent. They'll need to tighten up their basic things. Throw the disc into space in front of your player. 2 hands on the disc to collect it.
Alex Shepherd with his hand up to pull again on the no subs, no water regime today. It's the same defensive unit we saw before. Chu, Shepherd, Black, Bennett, Gann, Lely, Hodgson. That pull's going to pin Ellipsis back. Bissett now. Clean take off the bounce. Copland. No easy yards to gain here. This is going to be long and arduous. Andrews, Tullett. Howden. Good lateral to Copland, who has to dive for it. Daly. Howden. Punches it back into the middle. Bissett. Howden, one of the best zone offensive players in the country. Keep your eyes on him just on the left of screen there as he comes in. Daly, Bissett. Andrews. Tullett facing a sea of blue. Howden. Tullett, they're working it much better this time. Bissett. Howden again. Right on the doorstep now. Looks backwards, doesn't want to look forwards, but plenty of options around him. Noah moving. He spins 360 degrees, urging someone to get free. Daly helps him out. Bissett. Tullett now. Looking lateral. Wants a gap, wants to put it over the top. Backwards to Bissett. Slice starting to push him back now. They're sticking with his own formation. McGuckin. Tullett just controlling the tempo. He's slowed the tempo down a bit just to be a bit more patient with it. Howden breaks through. Can't find Copeland, so heads across to Matt Daly, who's covered probably about close to 100, 120 metres of lateral territory in that point, getting at both sides of the field, and Ellipsis steady themselves with their 3rd goal. Daniel.
Just watching Max Howden in that point, I think Sunder need to be a little bit more aware of the players that are on the Ellipsis line. They cannot go to zone defense if Max Howden's out there.
It's very...
Sunder persisting with that junky zone look right to the end zone line, despite a couple of calls from the sideline that sounded like they were calling them to switch to match.
You saw that play there from Howden. He's caught it right in between 2 Sunder players, so they pivoted out, and that's how he broke through the zone. He had 2 little looks at getting it to Copland, and as he's thrown those fakes out, the defence has gone to cover the centre of the field, and Daly unguarded in the end.
That offense taking advantage of the couple of steps that players are allowed to take to slow themselves down when they receive the disc, to push through that cup of Sunder players, being able to pop it then forward, meaning that the Sunder defenders were then behind the disc.
Of course, setting your pivot foot doesn't have to be immediate. As soon as you catch it, you're allowed to wait for momentum to bring you to a stop. Tullett with the spin pull. Bit of angle on it. It's going to land close to this near sideline. Brenner, sorry. Ladamatos. They've isolated a couple of cutters on that high side. Shot's gone up. Mark Wee all on his own. He's found space out the back row of Sivendam, given the job to chase him. And that's a much better offensive point from Sunder Slice. Chantel.
There's a very confident line call out there by Ladamatis, and he definitely brought that confidence into the point, making sure he's a very clear presence on the field and really backing himself.
As Sunder retain their small advantage, up 4-3 against Ellipsis.
So you have a look before that. zone offense point. If we just have another look at Haldon's move here. See, he just pops it through, pivots through 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders bite before he swings it out to Daly for the goal. And as we see this one here, Mark Wee positioned himself well, just ready for it to dip at the last second, and so he was just able to step into it. Great shot by Latamaros too, just getting low and sending that forehand. Got about maybe just under 50 metres distance on it.
Able to do that today. Yesterday would have been a more difficult throw with the gusty wind that we had, but very gentle breeze today.
Shepherd, long searching pull. That's going to pin Ellipsis deep in their own end zone. Copland, quickly the Carpenter, getting it out of dangerous territory. Toolett, 63 from goal. Break back end out to Andrews. Inboard to McGuckin. McGuckin's got no one deep of him. Has to look inboard. He's got a couple of options. He's got Toolett or Matthews Hunter. Hops backwards to Matthews Hunter. Bennett Carpenter sends it out for Copland. Copland's got to work, and he's caught it in bounds. Everyone on the sideline instantly saying that he was in bounds. Up line to Haldon. Haldon has a quick look up line and 45 degrees, but so it's back for Copland and fumble quickly. 2 grabs. Haldon wastes no time to gain some extra yards. Plenty of faking, getting defenders to move. Finally throws the hammer over the top to Dan Matthews Hunter, who's camped at the very back of the end zone. And Sunder defenders standing around saying who was on him.
Yeah, a very quiet Matthews Hunter in that back corner. Sometimes being quiet can gain you the disc. Chantel.
Ellipsis giving us an offensive look that we haven't seen a lot of at the start of that point, with 4 handlers back and 3 up the field. It really opened the field up for them.
And Daniel on the far sideline.
Alex Shepherd from Sunder, kind enough to give me a few words. He mentioned the conditions, saying he'd almost prefer it to be a little bit windier to play this game.
Definitely would help you defensively if you've just got a little breeze to contend with. Cause the disc to sit up a bit further and also take away those overhead shots, I think. Now that that gate's been unlocked, we might see a couple more of those from either team. They're not the most conservative of throws, but when used smartly can destroy defenses. 4 each. So we tick towards 27 minutes into the gold medal game for 2021 Australian Ultimate Championships. Andrews sends a pull out, puts plenty of inside out on that one, so that'll drift deep into the Sunder end zone. Dania, Latamaros gets some sneaky territory. Wee. Few jab steps, Toolett. Former teammate of Latamaros, so they both know each other well. Wee. Low to McLeay. McLeay's got Omani inboard, and Omani's overextended himself trying to get that one. No defenders around him. Toolett. Will they shoot early? Short to Evans. Evans has got Andrews long, one out with Wee. Toolett. Plenty of attackers hit that high side. Too much traffic there. Toolett wants to look long. Fires a bullet into the chest of Pearley. Ellipsis 30 from goal now, Lochnan. Sloss really clogging up the centre of the field there, forcing Ellipsis to go wide in order to gain yards. And the pick's been called. The disc will stay with Peter Ely. It's about 25 from the goal. Evans and having a chat there, just agreeing where they were. Evans charging through the middle, can't get open. Goes for the wide. Alex Evans. Amazing grab to keep the play alive. Ely looking inboard now. Toolett, low to the ground, Lochnan. That was called as Daniel hit the deck after a bit of contact, but he's retracted it. As we see, lots of hands on knees after quick movement. Blockton's fine space through the middle. Ely, another 45-degree angle pass. And Cam Lyon with his first goal of the game. And Ellipsis break back to make the score 5-4.
Beautiful work from Ellipsis there, working out of a vertical stack, but going through all of their players. Lots of active movement on the field.
And of course, as you see, Alex Evans getting two hands underneath it, clean as you like, and bounce straight back to his feet.
Evans not expecting to receive that one. It was a glance over his shoulder. As we go to Daniel Clinton on the far sideline.
Thanks, Laura. Fascinating here, being on the far sideline. There's a constant stream of information coming from the Sunder sideline. At times, the dump mark is sagging off, and at times it's going tight, and it's all based on calls from the sideline.
Of course, Tulit getting the most defensive attention, as he's generally, players look upfield, but not much of the stall count. You see teams typically look upfield for maybe 4, maybe 5 seconds. Ellipsis, 1 or 2 at best. They just want to keep the disc moving, keep the defenders on their toes, and they play their offensive formation very close to the disc, but allows them to attack just 5-10 metres at a time, or get those big gainers heading laterally or on that 45-degree angle, as we saw those 2 consecutive passes allow them that goal. Tom Boyle sends the pull. Denya, Latamatos, isolated. Mark McClay to Mark Wee. He's got a long shot on. It's Jimmy Todd Hill. Gets up early. Takes a fantastic catch.
Big celebration there, because that was a great catch right in that corner of the end zone. Had to watch his feet to make sure he stayed in.
Simple set play there as the 2 marks, McClay and Wee, working together in the middle. 1 out, 1 under. Connected with each other for Jimmy Todd Hill, headed towards the end zone. That throw happened right in front of us, Laura, and from where we were sitting, it did not look on. But McClay, fantastic going out of where you see Todd Hill taken off from the corner, and Burchett, I think was the defender, was too busy watching the cutter to see where that throw came from, and having to look over your shoulder while running and paying attention to the cutter, it's
a lot to ask.
Meanwhile, Jimmy Todd Hill was able to just size it up, time his leap, keep his foot in bounds, and secure Sunder's 5th goal.
Bringing it to 5-all here with 32 minutes on the clock so far.
Pace has picked up a bit. We're starting to see goals scored more quickly than we did at the start. Chantel.
Slice really going back to basics with their line call, mentioning to make sure there's no around throws on the mark, making sure that they stop the unders, making sure that they have clean match defense.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it, Laura?
It does sound simple when you're trying to combine all those 3 things at once.
But when you've got a team that matches you physically trying to do the same thing, it becomes hard to keep track with all. Matthews, Hunter and McGuckin both charging deep. Tulit having a good long look before he opts for the short one to Andrews. Andrews sends it, he's looking for Sam McGuckin, who's got the position here. Bennett's going to have to go, and the disc drifts away. McGuckin tracks it.
Had the read on it the whole time it was in the air down there.
And he had the positional advantage. Bennett played just marginally too close to the disc. I just saw McGuckin just sort of flicked his hand up, just said, point it, I've got it. And that was enough for Andrews. And again, he took that shot from the sideline, but made sure he angled it to go back towards the middle of the field, just so there's no way Bennett can make a play in it. You can see Andrews look up, he's seen that signal and sent it with enough curve, and Bennett, as soon as he's looked underneath there, he thought, yep, Omani, I think that was with him.
Yeah, Slice doing well to contain it to this near sideline, but it does open up those powerful flicks when you give them that movement.
We saw that same setup. There's 4 behind the disc and only 3 ahead of it. So plenty of space for the big man, Sam McGuckin, to go into that space where it's just a simple one-on-one battle. There's no defenders that can peel off and create more of a contest. Still very back and forth. Ellipsis with the 1-goal advantage. Sunder slice will receive.
Lovely float on that pull.
And they've got a bit of a different formation too here. They've spread their cutters across the field. Mark Wee.
Unable to keep it in his hands. Ellipsis with a chance on the end zone line.
Lochner looking for Toolett. So close to the end zone line. Looks for the reset. Latamata slips over. He's put it over the top. I think he was looking for Rowan Sivnadam, but Mark Wee said no, not today. Knocks it out of bounds. Latamata is sent it long. Mark McClay versus Peter Early. Peter Early's got to go. It's Mark McClay taking 2 goes and as it drifts away from him at the last moment. O'Mahony. Sutton. Denied that easy goal there by the marker. Starting centre field now, keeps it on Latamatos. He's got options to his left, to his right. Has a couple of looks. No clear reset, but a pick's being called. It was fortunate that McClay took that catch, otherwise the call would have...
Turnover would have stood.
Yep. Sivnadam and Sutton just agreeing how things are, and the disc is going to stay with Mark McClay. Wicks contending that the pick may have affected his ability to make a play on it. So
I can't tell you whether things affected the play or not. You have to decide if it affected. It could either affect whether you would have a mark on or whether he would have caught it.
Okay, because I felt like I was stationary, or like very stationary. How did you get there?
So where you were when it was thrown, where you were when the disc was thrown.
Wicks making an excellent point about movement and time. McClay acknowledging and sending it back to Latamatos. And Latamatos is checking with the game advisor Ruben Berg about where the stall count will resume from. It'll come back. It'll be a high stall count, so Latamatos has time for maybe one look, then a reset. McClay, they've got numbers on the top now. Todd Hill unable to get free of Evans. Latamatos spinning around looking for someone to be free. O'Mahony helps him out. Something free on the high side. Lockton denies the throw out there. O'Mahony ahead of Walker. Daniel can't get free. Ellipsis only having to defend a short amount of space here. And the throw over the top to Mark Wee just breaks that defense open. And Jimmy Todd Hill with his second goal to keep it at 6-all. Daniel on the sideline.
Yeah, just watching Peter Ely from Ellipsis taking the Denya matchup from Sunder, doing a job on the bigger man.
Yeah, Denya's obviously one of their looks for a quick reset, but if you can take that away and force the likes of Latamatos and even Sutton to look elsewhere, you can buy yourself extra time. As we see that shot to Mark McClay, read it going away from him, but the last second had to readjust, but
Managed to gain control of it on his way to the ground.
took him 2 goes, and we can see Latamos, he gets this throw out over, just out of the reach of Lockton there, and the Ellipsis defenders were trying to guard this bottom side of the end zone. And if you can get one throw out there, it just leaves them 3 or 4 steps behind.
The Ellipsis defenders there. Tom Bissett taking a dive, which crucially left his player then open with the free choice of throws.
Both teams have clubmates on the sidelines, don't provide lots of noise now. Sunder had the Sunder Dice squad. Ellipsis men had the Ellipsis women's division team, who earlier today won their 5th consecutive national championships. Halden, low to Carpenter, keeps it up. Sunder keeping lots of players close to the disc. Halden Copland. Lots of numbers on the low side now. If they can move it out here. Tullett, sorry, back to the top side. They've got a 35 from goal now. Great lateral throw out to Daly, all on his own. Howden. Just providing them just those forward movements, 5 or so metres at a time. Backwards to Copeland. Team's not afraid to lose territory to gain extra. Close to the sideline now. Toolett heading back the way the disc came. Andrews there. Caught the defender, unaware. And Andrews fires it through the middle to Matt Daly for Ellipsis' 7th goal. We're going to cross down to Daniel Clinton first.
Yeah, I'm getting a masterclass in how to play zone offense from Max Howden. Watching him work is so intriguing. He runs at such a high capacity, but it's all intelligent running. He knows exactly where he needs to go and is already thinking about the next place before he's already arrived at the first place.
And Matt Daly working just as intelligently, but a lot further from the disc. We saw him get a big swing pass earlier on the near side. And there he is, just in the centre of the field, just no one near. I think it was Anthony O'Donoghue who realised about 2 seconds too late that that front centre position was unguarded. And
Daly taking the chance to just plant himself there, ensuring the score.
7-6, the score now. Of course, the half break comes when the first team gets to 8. After half, Sunder will be starting on defence, so they do not want this. This could very quickly become a 3-goal lead if they're not careful. So we tick over 40 minutes into this final. Andrews sends a big long pull-up. That's going to drift very close to this near sideline. In fact, it's going to drift out of bounds. And so rather than being pinned back in their own end zone, Slice will get a 20-metre advantage.
And the centre of the field.
They've got this set play ready to go. So they've got three receivers on that high side, and on this near side we've got Mark McClay in the white hat standing in the centre of the field, just off camera there. Mark Wee close to the sideline. These two will work with one in, one out. You can see the Wee and just on the right of screen there. Latamanos will hit just the first one he can go, and then a deep cut will come off that high side. They're unable to get the first throw off, so Latamanos has to reset with Denya. Sutton coming in from the top side. Lines the back end up. Latamanos getting free, but Toulett's called the offensive foul. You can hear them just having a chat.
Play on is for when the thrower is fouled in the throw.
Oh, okay.
We all good?
So it's an offensive foul.
Yep.
Defensive foul? So defensive foul. But
Can I retract my call?
You pushed off me. So I'd actually say it's more of an offsetting foul.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you came into my space.
Yeah, so
I thought you stepped in.
Pushed me off the arm coming back.
I think I was trying to make a run up line, and that you stepped to block my path, and that's why there was contact.
I'd probably disagree.
Okay.
I think I'm really
I didn't have a view from where I was, but it sounds like it's contested. So.
But I don't think you can play on in that situation. Which is
Yep,
really
that's
good.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Do I have the frisbee?
No, offsetting foul. What's that?
Is it offsetting foul? They just
think
go back.
The foul didn't affect the play for me to get the frisbee. Like if it's an offsetting foul and I hadn't called it, I think I would have run here and got the frisbee anyway.
So you can ask whether it affected the outcome, and if you think it didn't, it can stay here. If you think it did affect, then it will go back to the throw.
It affected my ability to play D on you because you called foul and I stopped.
Yeah, but I think the throw is out into space.
So I didn't play D on it because you called a foul.
Yeah,
and
but
I stopped.
I don't think that would have mattered. I think I still would have got
think that would have mattered.
So it sounds like there's a disagreement. I would send it back. Coming in on 6.
So offsetting fouls is when they've both called the foul to each other. I think Latamanos then withdrew his call by saying play on, but Toolett wanted the offensive foul to stand, so they're disagreeing whether that affected the play or not. The whistles you heard were from the game advisors saying that, giving time indicators of how long the discussion had gone on for. In the meantime, Slice have quickly bounced it down the field. In the hands of Denye now, 20 from goal. Retreats to Ladamados. Not much happening in the stack, and Ladamados just has to fling it up, get it out of his hands before the stall out. And Sivnadam with the easy interception. Flavel, Sivnadam. And
Pick call there in the stack.
happened some time ago. So a lot of players standing around waving their hands. The waving of the arms above a head is indicating, signalling to other players that a call has been made, trying to get their attention.
That there is a stoppage of play, and then the arms out at 90-degree angles indicate a pick.
Toolett. He's got a long shot. He's got Andrews 2-on-1. McClay, Denye with him, but Denye goes high. Allows, Mark Wee to come down with it. Good teamwork there from Slice. One taking the front position, one taking the back. Sandwiching Andrews in, but then a foul on Wee on the restart. So it's still Mark Wee's disc. And a violation call. Players moving too early. They obviously, play remains stopped, as we see in this defence again. Denye going early forced Andrews to go up with him. McGuckin also there making a play on it, but
Wee taking the extra couple of steps backwards just in case his teammate couldn't get high enough to get his hands on the disc.
play not restarting till the closest defender taps the disc. Adamardos not happy with the pattern of the cutting, the pattern of his receiver movement downfield, and with the pick being called as they cross paths. Not surprised. McClay's gone deep. He's got Wes Flavel chasing him. He's got to drift away. McClay goes up early, gets clipped on the landing by Flavel making a bid, so he's caught the goal. The goal stands. And Flavel just giving a pat, say sorry about that one. He's okay with it. It was a fair play.
They're definitely limping off the field there.
Yeah, it just didn't land the way he wanted, so we'll see if that affects his ability to play through this game. And again, he's done that well to read that going away from him, and yeah, just the awkward landing, and 7-all. Next goal takes half.
Galaxy point here. We saw the Slice team then adjust their vertical stack just a little bit to look more like the 45-degree angle stacks that we've seen from other teams over the weekend coming out of that corner.
47 minutes deep into the game. 14 goals scored. 7 each between Sunder, Slice, the Sydney club, and Ellipsis from Melbourne. Sydney versus Melbourne. There's been plenty of battles over the years between clubs from those cities in all divisions. Ellipsis starting on offense for the chance to take the half break. McGuckin. Matthews Hunter getting free in close quarters. McGuckin can't find him. Has to look for Toolett. Andrews now. Lely got the job on him. McGuckin, nice, easy flick pass down the line to him. Toolett got a couple of options in that near corner. Howden flips it over McGuckin. I think that's about his third goal. Howden's done well again. He's found that space where no one else can find it. And Sunder march it down the hallway of the sideline using almost no width of the field for their 8th goal and to take the half break.
Yeah, Ellipsis looking really dominant there as they continued that disc. And we have Daniel Clinton.
Yeah, here with Albie Ovens. Albie, you're up at half. What do you need to do to win this game, mate?
Oh, mate, I just got to keep getting those blocks, getting hungry around the disc. and just converting those offensive D points.
All right, thank you for that. Good luck for the second half.
Thanks, Chief.
Over to Chantel Jones.
I'm here with A-Shep, as you're known by. Great first half. What are you planning for the second half?
Well, our defence is showing that we can get blocks, and that's through changing up our looks and peeling off and helping out where we can. And the overblind boys are just going to reset to what they do best and keep scoring goals. That's the goals.
It's anyone's game. Good luck out there. Thanks for your time. We're going to head to a short break and we'll be right back. Cheers. Thank you.
Second half action about to get underway. The final game of the weekend of the Australian Ultimate Championships. And talking to different players over the weekend, we'll just head quickly down to Dan Clinton, who was able to listen in on that huddle.
Yeah, just quickly in the Sunder huddle, only a few adjustments to make. Play defense, win the game. It was a fairly short and simple chat. Chantel Jones on the other sideline.
Yes, I listened into Ellipsis, a very simple directive from Cole. Frisbee is a game of two halves. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. And speaking to several players, not only today but during the tournament, there's been a real theme among the attitude of players this weekend is that they are grateful to be able to have played this championships. A lot of moving parts have had to be pulled together. The ACT government helping us out. Ultimate Australia being able to put this on, and Kayo Sports bringing you the live coverage. Carpenter. Nearly 70 metres from goal. Swan. Forward to McGuckin. McGuckin's got Andrews, one out with Donahue. Donahue having a massive goal at that one. Andrews taking his time, using his full measure. Sends it up. Tullett. He's there with Xavier Black. Right on his tail. Tullett's going to run this one down, keep it in bounds. And Ellipsis strike first.
Tullett there, usually around the disc, usually one of the main handlers, showing he can go long just as easily.
I think he recognised early on that Andrews was in trouble with a high stall count. I knew that Andrews liked to just send it for territory, so he thought if I take off now, and he's timed it well. Andrews stepping in, he's just got that reach to get that long backhand throw out, so flat and comfortable. See again, he's had a look at the end zone. He spotted Tullett going there and just, I'm going to send it down the middle to his advantage. And Black there, just 2 steps behind Tullett. Accepted that he wasn't going to be able to make a safe play on that. So we head over to Daniel Clinton.
Yeah, Donahue, as he was leaving the field, gesturing that he got a touch on it. Mark McClay, the ankle injury. He looks sore and ginger, but he's rejoining the line for this point.
Of course, you'd just about have to lose a limb to keep some of these players off the field in the grand final.
That's right. They've got the whole off-season to recover, so I think they'll try and push through as much as they can right now.
Denya to field the rolling pull. Latamatos, easy gainer to Wee. Looked inside to McClay but couldn't find him, so short reset to Latamatos, who stumbles as he reels it in. McClay with the old jump step to get free. And Latamatos, there was a call, but he's retracted it, and then everyone stopped. Latamatos stopped, so they're going to go back to where they were, just because sometimes you can call a foul, but you can retract it if you're happy with the outcome of the throw. So the disc will remain with McClay. The players will just reset to where they were when he caught it, just because some players have stopped because they had heard the foul call but didn't hear the retraction. McClay, Latamatos. He's got Todd Hill laterally. He'll wait for him to go later. Instead goes upfield to Mark Wee. Wee pops it up over to Latamatos. Evans having a big go at that one, but Omani comfortable. To go fetch, swing pass to Todd Hill. Moves play laterally across the field. How many cuts having one at a time? Todd Hill goes wide. Denya inbounds. 25 from goal. Wants an attacking option to the 45. Heads back to Latamatos. He wants it to the higher side of the field. Denya gives him a short option. Keep your eyes on Todd Hill at the back of the stack here. Comes in, lying on his tail. Works at the high side. He's got Latamatos has drifted to the back there. You'll see him come in off the left here. Looking for the inside. Denya. Latamatos Jimmy Todd Hill heading to the high side. Wee attacks the corner, goes long. And the disc hits the turf. But there is a foul call on the throw. Ollie Loughnane not contesting that one. It will remain with Alex Ladamados with the stall count reset. He's 5 minutes from goal, right on the near sideline. Looking high, wants to move laterally. Everyone's covered well, but there's been a pick call, another stoppage. Cam Lyon catching up to Jimmy Todd Hill, but a reset to where they were when the pick occurred. Another chance for Slice to regain the composure. Ladamados really wants to get that backhand out, but being denied by Loughnane. Dania can't get open, has to go up line. Couple of options there. McClay reels it in with 2 hands. And Sunder Slice stay in touch. 9-8.
Ladamados, they're really not letting go of that top corner. Chantel on the sideline.
Daniel on the sideline.
Yeah, just watching Mark Wee and Sibnadam going at it. Mark Wee wins this round, grinding Sibnadam into the dirt. He was absolutely toasted by the end of that point.
Chantel, what did you see?
There's a fantastic example of the spirit of the game out there between Lannan and Ladamados, having very clear communication of the rules and the calls. No angst in there at all, just pure sportsmanship.
We always like to see that. Those stoppages, though, can affect the flow of play, can't they, Simon?
They can. The defence get the chance to take their breath, have a look around, mentally adjust where they are, understand where they're going to pick up next. So
also have a look around and see what players are around them. See where they are in relative position to the offensive and their other defenders. See where the coverage is and where they might need to head.
We see Sunder Slice, Alex Shepherd on the left there, far left. Off camera. I should have looked at that before I said that. There we go. Sends the pull in. That's going to land deep in their end zone. And it's been touched, has to be fielded from the very back. They've got early pressure on. Matthews Hunter, 70 from goal. Dennis Tran had a good look at that one, but they've pulled it out of their own end zone. Matthews Hunter, still 64 from goal. Wants the reset, has to go backwards. Toolett. Couple of fumbles there, and it's hit the deck. Alex Gant, a quick restart, backwards to Lely. Just to get a bit more space to play with. Lely can't find an easy reset. Finds Tran. Tran to Gan. Gan looking what's that high side of the field. Keep your eyes on Matthew Hunter to peel off there and have a look. But Shepherd finds M. Hodgson. The defensive break both teams have been chasing goes to the advantage of Sunder Slice, and it is 9-all. We've got a game.
We've got a game. What a beautiful point that was. Daniel.
Good pulls do interesting things to offences. I go back to the 2019 final, and it was Sunder on the receiving end of a pull. This time, they get to dish out the goods.
As you saw there, it has to be taken where it's fielded. If it had a rolled out of bounds, they would have been able to bring it up, but they wanted to get the offense moving, and just a fumble there from Toolett, and Gann and Lely wanted the quick goal straight away, but had the composure to head backwards instead. Again, one of the highlights like you saw, Matthews Hunter just on the left there. He was using a peripheral vision to keep an eye on it, and Shepherd just picked out Hodgson, who had been able to drift away from McGuckin for that 9th goal. So we hear the whistle to indicate 45 seconds. Offense have 15 seconds to be ready. Cole Fink, the coach of Ellipsis, giving some extra instructions to his offensive line. Alex Shepherd. Can he put another pull in their own end zone? This one's looking good. It's going to land close to the goal line and roll. Carpenter with the good cricket fielding technique, gets his knee behind it. Toolett. He's got Andrews long. McGuckin under instead. McGuckin can't get the dish off. Heads inside to Andrews instead. Andrews has got Copland long. Shepherd gets across to block that shot. Helden Heads laterally, Tuller continues across to Andrews, halfway from goal. Bennett Carpenter with a big gainer. Needs to reset. Tullett. He's got Andrews deep, he's got Copland deep. Goes short to Howden. Bissett. Tullett, only 1 metre out now. Forces it into the corner. McGuckin, another goal ahead of Donahue. Good little one-on-one battle those two are having. And the Ellipsis punch in their 10th goal.
Chantel, what did you see?
Speaking of one-on-one battles, Simon, nearly every matchup out there is a battle. From the moment the pull goes up, defence is on. It's very tough out there.
Certainly is. And looking at the offensive players there, pumping those fakes to move their defenders, but also as a way of communicating with the downfield receiver that, no, I don't want you. You need to turn and clear out of that space.
McGuckin there, just a simple jab step, and that's all the time that was needed to get ahead of O'Donoghue. So Ellipsis retain the offensive advantage, 10-9 lead, but Sunder Slice will start this point on offense, receiving the pull. The time not really a factor. We're still about 35 minutes from time cap, so plenty of time for at least another 8 or 9 goals to be scored. And if we see a lot of single possession offense, teams taking as long as it takes to advance cleanly. Tullett, hand up, indicates he's ready. Where does his pull land? Drifting back to centre field. Denya catches it on the goal line. Ladamatis again, getting that shuffle to get those extra yards. McClay, one look upfield, back to Ladamatis. Numbers on the high side. Todd Hill gets that lateral. He's got Denya coming at him. Wee coming at him. Chooses Mark Wee. Ladamatis briefly pushed upfield. He's come back towards the disc. McClay with another gainer. He's got Mitchell Brenner on his own at the back. Wes Lavelle goes early. And that fell to the advantage of Flavelle. That one?
It did, and Flavelle putting himself in front there, stopping the Slice player from being able to read the disc effectively.
Yeah, I think Brenner was expecting that to drift over the top, as so many throws like that have done, not only today but all weekend, but Flavelle just got right under it. And Ellipsis have the disc. A timeout's been called by Tom Tullett. Taking advantage to give himself a breather. He's played, we think, every single point of this game. Daniel Clinton, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, defensively there, Ellipsis, excellent work. Tom Tullett got lit up, but the help defense from over the top actually stopped the Hark. And then you just see players helping each other out there. The boys, they're playing as a team.
So we see plenty of energy out there. Coach Cole Fink getting some vocal energy for the sideline players. And all the 7 players off the field, just off to the side there, of course. The timeout called midpoint. You cannot make substitutions other than for injuries. So you see a great replay of that. The timing of that call, he had to have his foot on the line to make the call, and he's made it in stride. He's done that a few times, Tullett.
And now out of this timeout, offense will set, signal their readiness, then defense will set.
Okay, so we see a set play here. They've got 3 receivers in the middle, but then they've got Flavelle on the high side, isolated, Ely on the low side, and locked them back with Tullett. The real target here, I think, will be Tom Boyle in the centre there. He'll find number 32 with his back to us. I'll try and get it to him because he's a big thrower, and he'll probably look for maybe Prendergast or Ely long. And the bladed throw straight into the ground. Sunder slice, get there, second got this one. Ladamatos picks it up, finds Wee. Who's he got to the back? No movement there. Ladamatos moves for the reset. He's going to have to go on this one, but it's too far. Ellipsis with another go. They won't set up the same play. They'll go back to their typical vertical formation. Tulip moving upfield. Lockton back with Boyle. Yearly doubles back. Lockton wants to get the around backhand out. Gets fouled by Sutton. Sutton uncontests. So the stall count will reset back to 0. He'll have his full measure, Lockton, to have a couple of looks upfield. He's got Favell coming towards him on the high side. Doesn't like it. Boyle gets tripped. They'll just play through it. Tool it. Finds Boyle out wide. Got a couple of long looks. Lockton's charged long. He's got a few steps. Simdadam's there as well. Boyle has thrown a dime, 40 metres right into the lap of two teammates. And Ellipsis get the break to go up 11-9. Daniel Clinton.
Alex Ladamatos' player there. I don't know what happened. That's a defensive miscoverage. Simnadam showing that he wants this muchly.
And that throw was beautiful, flat, fast.
Just that lateral reset going too far, and Boyle, he's looked up. Lockton went in short, but they just kept momentum going and just took off. And Boyle's fired that forehand straight down the middle of the line, of course. Boyle and Lockton being teammates together on many junior campaigns for Victoria and Australia. The Simnadam there as well.
Simnadam had the read on that from the beginning. He
Yeah.
watched that disc in the whole time, knew exactly where it was going. You can tell he's received a few of those at practice and in competitions leading up to this.
All future superstars of this sport. That's come at a critical time now. They're 4 goals away. Sunder need to put this one in to stay in touch. Ellipsis with a 1-goal offensive advantage, a 2-goal lead on the scoreboard. Rob Andrews runs into Paul. Plenty of height on that one, plenty of hang time. Shepherd having to backpedal. Gang calls it, says, I'll take that one. They work it up to the 64-metre mark. Ladamatos. William McGuckin, a 1 out off the left. Shepherd. Ladamatos to Shepherd now. Gann coming under. Too much traffic. Ellipsis defense really pushing their cutters towards the disc, not away. Gann finds space on the near side. Ladamatos gets the throw out to him. Todd Hill. He's got Michael Brenner, long. Cam Lyon with him. Brenner gets up, takes it, lands in bounds, lands in goal.
Beautiful work there. That's another bullet of a pass going up the field.
That's exactly what Slice needed. Chantel Jones.
There's a reason why they call them slice, slicing through the field with their cuts, slicing through the air with their discs, and slicing through the air with their high grabs.
And it was the pass that Ladamatos got out early, that break pass we just see there, to get to this low side of the field where they had all the numbers. And Jimmy Todd Hill, you see Michael Brenner taking off at the top there. And defender Cam Lyon ran under it, forcing Brenner to have to go earlier than he would have liked. But was fortunate enough to look down at his feet once he's caught it and seen that he's in the goal.
That was a high grab mid-stride.
He's done well, he's very happy.
Very nonchalant flip of the
you-
disc there, but you know he's happy with himself for that one.
You wouldn't see it in the body language. It's day 4. You want to invest your effort into defense, not into celebrations.
Closing the gap, only 1 point in it now. Ellipsis 11, Sunder Slice 10.
So we tick 73.5 minutes deep into this game. Of course, the first to 15 goals wins. That target adjusted at 100 minutes. I don't think we'll reach 100 minutes, not at this rate. Bennett Carpenter. Deep in their own end zone, needs players to come towards him. McGuckin Bennett Carpenter streaking up the line. He's got Howden along if he wants him. Wants backhand up. Howden versus Gann. Gann, look at the pace of Gann. Goes early. And it goes straight over the top of both of them. And that closing speed from Alex Gann just...
What acceleration. You can see the smile on his face as he knows he got there in time.
And he got, I don't know if he got enough on it, but Howden had to follow him and had to make a play on it. And so it's drifted to ground and Gann will pick up to restart. For Sunder Slice, crucial possession here in the context of the game. Lely, Shepherd, Gann. Xavier Black has gone deep. Under he comes, M. Hodgson unguarded. Gann. Had to correct me there for that one, McClay. Wants a reset. No one forthcoming. Goes in short to Gann with Rob Andrews on his shoulder. He's got Bennett long. Ops for Black under. Black, one look upfield. Shepherd. Matt Daly covering the lane there. Making sure they can't gain too much yardage. They've got numbers on the high side. Lely on the sideline. Down the corridor to Shepherd. Shepherd having a shot to where the numbers are. Another goal for M. Hodgson. That's his third. It's back to 11-all. There's that defensive conversion they needed.
Hammer over the top as we see on the camera there. Sunder Slice calling for a timeout.
Daniel Clinton on the sideline. How are we feeling?
I can barely hear you over here, Simon. I have my mic set to 10. I don't think it's going to go any louder, but the crowd just keeps building into this. Alex Shepherd, the captain of Sunder, sensing his team needs something. He's been quiet so far, and he's just injected something into this Sydney team.
A timeout called. At most, we are only going to see 7 more goals. The team that is able to get 4 of them will go home with a gold medal. So we have another look at that. 4 Sydney Sunder jerseys on that top side.
Recognition of all the space out there.
Great bit there by Copland. Had to put some sort of pressure, any pressure on that catch. And Hodgson is absolutely stoked with that one. That's his 3rd goal today. Not often defensive players get to be on catch goals.
When there's as many defensive conversions as we've seen in this game, it's a possibility.
So we see Ellipsis gather in. Sunder Slice called that timeout. That would have been to give their top players a bit of a break. Chantel Jones, were you able to listen in on that one?
I was listening into Ellipsis. Cole, their coach, just exuding happiness that he's so proud of his players. He's very jealous that he's not on the field there, but he's so happy to be coaching them.
And we've got Daniel Clinton over there listening to the Sunder Slice huddle. We'll come to him once they've broken. We've got him now.
Yeah, Alex Latamatos, very, very focused. Scary look in his eye. He said, everything we need to win this is right here in this circle.
The noise here, Laura, we can barely hear ourselves.
It is definitely growing as all other games here have finished. The sideline full of other teams, of friends, of teammates from leagues locally.
Even opponents. Keen to see the 2 best teams in this competition for this year going at it 11-all. We couldn't have asked for a better game. Neither team giving an inch. Shepherd to pull. He's been consistent with him. That one hangs on to a little bit too long, so it'll get not much distance. Copland fields it straight across the Daly, continues to tool it. Alex Gann with the Tooler matchup. McGuckin. Hodgson got the McGuckin matchup. Andrews, tool it. Looking towards the centre of the field, goes up the line. Hodgson having delay. Put pressure on McGuckin's catch. McGuckin foot right on the sideline. Toolett moves laterally. Daly, numbers on the high side again. He spots Max Howden through the middle. Offense is settled down now. Andrews fires it through. Max Howden again, unguarded. They've got to pay more attention to him as he flips it up over the top to Matt Daly. for Ellipsis is 12th goal.
Ellipses.
Ellipside. Their 12th goal.
And Halden there with great recognition that with all of the traffic on either side of the field, that the quiet spot was actually the centre there.
Dead centre.
And just settled himself there, waving at the person with the disc.
Over to Daniel Clinton. I'm confident I know who he's going to talk about.
I think you're wrong. We've been talking about spirit of the game being so important, even at this top level. A beautiful moment over here on the sideline. Jimmy Todd Hill from Sunder embracing Peter Ely from Ellipsis in the middle of this game. The words were, "This is awesome."
And how right he is.
I'll talk about him instead. Max Halden, just able to find territory at will. Defense has to pay close attention to him. Otherwise, it will be the difference. 12-11 Ellipsis with the offensive advantage. Sunder Slice will receive this pull if they can maintain possession. They can keep it at 12-all. Boyle sends a pull up. Not much distance, but Floaty, plenty of time for defense to get down there to set. Dania, first pass to Latamatos. Shepherd. Tight mark from Peter Ely, denying anything downfield, forcing him to go lateral. Latamatos had one look at Brenner downfield. Then he's got Shepherd. That's low. Peter Ely just had to stick the hand up, but he did so at the right time.
Happy with himself with that one, as he should be. Calls from the sideline telling him to look, and he glances just in time to get the hand up.
Shepherd definitely had the advantage, but that throw was too low from Dania. Put it on the shoulder of Dania. You can hear Rubenberg, the game advisor, just giving opposition have 20 seconds to bring the disc back into play after a turnover. Ball using that full measure, allowing his teammates to get in every breath they can. Evans towards the disc. He's covered. Lockton having to grab it from low. Latamatos guarding him. Boyle guarded by Daniel. Boyle sends the ball up. He's got Flavel versus Brenner. Flavel's got front position. Takes the two-handed catch and scores Ellipsis' 13th goal.
The whole team getting on the field there. Excitement is building.
And that break couldn't have happened at a worse time for Slice. They're left to walk back to the line, wondering what to do. Alex Shepherd playing every point. Alex Latamatos. We'll probably see him go downfield. Dan Clinton.
Yeah, just quickly, Tom Boyle been quiet all game, but he only needs one opportunity. He'll reach out and put the disc in the end zone no matter where he's standing on the field.
That's his second assist, and that one probably went about 15 metres longer than the last one. Couldn't have placed it better with Wesley Flavel able to land inside the goal. He's gone full field with that one, probably just on 60 metres. Probably would have gone further if it wasn't taken higher. The sheer power.
So much power in that throw. And what a read by Wes Flavel to jump at the peak, grab it, and land 2 feet inbounds.
So you saw there on the sideline, Ellipsis women's team looking to be the first club to do the double in 20 years and win both divisions. That pool has gone deep. We've pinned Slice deep in their own end zone. Shepherd, 64 from goal. Latamatos starting from the stack formation. Shepherd. McGuckin marking him closely. Shepherd's pumped it long and low. Ganshak going to have to go in to get it. Can't get his hands underneath it. And Ellipsis have earned themselves another shot at a defensive conversion.
It's not what Slice needs. It's not what Slice would have wanted. As Ellipsis walk up.
With Toolett off the field, Lochnan will control this offense. Andrews playing behind the disc with him. He goes wide. Andrews has got this in. Had pressure from McClay there. Gann having to recover. They've got numbers on the high side. Lochnan. He's got McGuckin deep under double coverage. Cam Lyon also out there, but he looks short. Looks for a 45 angle cut. Can't find one. Has to shoot high and long. Prendergast He's got it, flips it out to Ely. Goal number 14. They are one away from their first national championship.
Celebrating hard as a whole team storming the field.
Sunder Slice very quiet. They're getting around the teammates on the field. Timeout has been called. Timeout called by Sunder Slice. They had no option. They had to call it then. They couldn't wait till later. There might not be a later, Laura.
There might not. Ellipsis might be on the roll here, and we have Dan Clinton on the sideline.
Yeah, the momentum is very, very firmly with Ellipsis at the moment. Mark Evans, the other part of this Sunder club, walking onto the field, urging his boys, it's not over yet.
Of course, Mark Evans, one of the captains of Sunder Dice, one of the leaders of the club. We're seeing Peter Blakely as well from the Dice team out amongst the Slice boys, giving them encouragement. I've just heard, we think that's Slice's third time out, so there's no more. They're just going to have to go from here.
They need to mount quite the comeback if they're going to take this away from Ellipsis now.
Let's see who Ellipsis, which 7 players go to the line for potentially the championship winning point. They'll be starting on defense. They'll have some work to do to get it off Slice, but the rate they've been working in the last 15 minutes is definitely in their favour. Looking at the line, they've got Rowan Sibnadam, Wesley Flavel, Damon Prendergast, Oliver Lochnan, Alex Evans, Tom Toolett, Sam McGuckin, Dan Clinton. Were you able to listen to that timeout?
Yeah, very interesting actually. Alex Latamatos, a little bit of guided mindfulness and meditation at the moment.
Yeah.
He asking his players to close their eyes and breathe deep.
Just remaining present in the moment. Chantel, you're able to listen to the Ellipsis huddle.
Could not be the complete opposite. That huddle was nothing but hype.
Let's see which 7 Sunder Slice bring on to salvage the game as we see the Ellipsis women's team on their feet in full voice. Slice taking to the line. The standard offensive set, Alex Shepherd, Paul Denyer, Jimmy Todd Hill, Alex Latamatos, Alex Gann, Mark McClay, Mark Wee.
What a star-studded lineup this is on both sides. Some of Australia's best players, 14 on the field.
It's straightforward from here for Sunder. Score to keep the game alive for Ellipsis. Score to be the champions. Everyone holds their breath. This pool set the tone. That's high, that's long, that's going to drift wide and out of bounds, and nothing like the anticlimax of a bricked pool on a game point. Shepherd, 44 to goal from Sunder Slice. Latamatos playing upfield along with Denyer. They'll isolate Latamatos at the front of the formation here. He's going deep, comes under. Shepherd, Wee, a quick 1-2 to reset. Sorry, Gann. Gann finds Latamatos. Who's going long? Mark McClay heads long. Under to Jimmy Todd Hill. Shepherd towards him. Flavel on his hip. They've got numbers on the high side, need to work it out there. Latamatos, Todd Hill. Denyer's out there. Can't find him. Latamatos, Shepherd. 45-degree pass. Who wants the goal here? Alex Gann wants it. And Sunder Slice
Showing that they're not out of this just yet.
keep their nose in it. There's not much. But now the assignment for them is to take the disc off this Ellipsis offense. Dan Clinton.
It's wonderful how much Ultimate has changed over the years. In this kind of situation in the past, it's all been rah-rah machismo. Alex Latamatos, though, asking his boys to breathe deep. And they've done it. They've stretched this game out one more point.
That goal, as calm as you like, just working it to that high side where the numbers are for a quick, easy goal. Let's see who they bring on the line. Looks like Nick Lely. Looks like Emma Hodgson. Alex Gann going around again. I think Mark McClay out there. Lada Martos, of course, staying on. Jimmy Todd Hill.
And Mark Wee, I think I saw.
Alex Shepherd finally taking a sub, saving himself for the next few points if they happen. But right now, this moment could belong to the Ellipsis Ultimate Club from Melbourne.
All they have to do is retain possession of the disc down the field into the end zone, Simon.
To be only the third non-Sunder club to win a title in a decade. Hodgson sends the pull up. Daly fields it. Toolett. Easy yards available. Toolett, he's got McGuckin coming towards the disc. No one going deep. They're going to play this sensibly. Rob Andrews, he's taken off. Can he get there? And it's too far. Could have been for glory, but as soon as that was out of McGuckin's hand, it was going to be a couple of steps too far for him.
Sunder with the chance now to put another one in the books, close that gap by another score.
They have 64 metres of field to advance with 7 white jerseys. Very adamant that they will not do that. Gann. Hodgson, been outstanding today. Todd Hill. Wee. Gann's heading long. Lely comes towards him. Ladamatos, he's free. Needs the reset, has to pop it up. Hodgson's there. McGuckin goes big. Ladamatos, he's got Todd Hill deep. He's got Gann short. Gann keeps the toe in bounds. 25 metres to advance. They've got numbers on the low side. Hodgson, shot too far for the reach of Ladamatos. And Toolett knocks it to ground. The second chance to win the game, win the championship. Toolett very slow to walk to that disc. Matthews Hunter's going long, so is Copland. Daly, he's got Halden in front with Gann on him. They've paid more attention to Halden now. Daly's going to have to get rid of it. Sends it to Andrews. Copland long in double coverage. Matthews Hunter back to Andrews. Daly's gone long. He'll come back under. Toolett. Copland centre field. The noise here on the sideline is unbelievable. Both teams in full voice. Toolett pumps it long. Andrews to win the championship. He's got 2 to beat. Goes high. Rob Andrews. He's done it. Ellipsis have won the national championships for 2021. Their first as a club.
Ellipsis out of Melbourne, reaching into the sky to pull that disc down, gathering around each other.
And you couldn't have asked for a better play to do it. What a spectacular finish. And the boys, they hug. They share this moment, reveling in the glory of being the Australian champions of Ultimate. And as a club, they've done it. They've won both divisions.
Women's and men's secured by Ellipsis out of Melbourne here.
What a moment. We've got Daniel Clinton down there with Peter Ely.
With a national champion, Peter Ely. Well played, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. It's a bloody good feeling, hey. Thank you.
It looks like it means a lot to you. How does it feel?
I don't know. A lot of these boys have worked so damn hard this year. I just felt like we deserved it so much. So many people have made a lot of sacrifices. We just wanted to win it for each other, knowing what people from Melbourne have been through and this team's been through. It's been a really big year, really big bloody week, to be honest. And yeah, it just meant so much.
Congratulations. I won't keep you from the boys any longer. Get over there and celebrate, mate.
Thank you very much.
Over to you, Chantel Jones.
Superstar Max Halloran, your name was mentioned so many times in that game. You did a cracking effort. How are you feeling?
Look, I've just got 5 words to say to you. Full credit to the boys.
Full credit to the boys. Yeah, the boys. Congratulations. I'll go and let you celebrate with your team. I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.
Back to you, Simon.
Thank you, Chantel and Daniel. They've been wonderful all weekend. Your presenters and sideline riders. Ulti TV have been on the coverage all weekend. They have worked many long hours to bring you this coverage on Kayo Sports. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've hoped you enjoyed the sport. Be sure to check out where you can play if you can. What a story this has been this weekend, Laura, after 2 years.
What such a great series of games. Looking at these boys, so happy just to be playing, just to be back competing in the sport they love at the highest level here. To come away with a win is great, but also just getting to compete is great.
We thank you for joining us at any point you have during the weekend. We hope you've enjoyed it. Laura Hutton's been here with Simon Talbot, signing off. Thanks for tuning in.